popcorn. I should listen to my parents. I should listen to my parents. My parents always were telling me, like, Martin, stop chasing girls, chase knowledge and education. So I did. I chased knowledge and education, and now my parents asking me, where is my girlfriend? Actually, I chased knowledge and education. I did pretty well in school. The only thing I didn't like in school was those language classes, especially those interpretation of a poem subjects, because those poems were always done. And you know, teacher was asking, like, Martin, do the interpretation of this poem. What's the message in it? And the poem goes, blue sky, red elephant, wooba dooba loop. What's the message, Martin? I don't know, don't do drugs. Stop torturing kids. I'm pretty sure he admits it to 9/11. Yeah. Or even the worst situation where the teacher asks you to do the interpretation of a poem in your own words. Do the interpretation of a poem in your own words. So you did the interpretation and the teacher goes, wrong. And it always blew my mind, like, how the fuck it can be wrong? It's my own words, I'm not lying to myself. Yeah, those language classes. Which brings me to the topic, we should get rid of Nobel Prize in literature. Ooh, yeah, seriously, because if you look at other Nobel Prizes, like medicine, biology, all of them, right? They change the world for the better, you know, they cure diseases, they change the way we look at the world. Almost no book changed the world. The only book that actually changed the world was Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. And I don't think it was the change we wanted to see. By the way, I didn't get a Nobel Prize. The only two reasons why Nobel Prize in literature exists is one, so pretentious people can pretend that they've read the Nobel Prize author. Oh, of course I've read the Nobel Prize author. Oh, seriously? All three of his books? Yes, all three. Well, that's nice, because there's only one. And the second reason is so countries like Poland, despite not having a scientific achievement in the last 100 years, can also say that they have a Nobel Prize. Hey, look, friends, we also have a Nobel Prize. Yes, Poland, but our cure cancer. And ours is in a hardcover. Gonna be darker. People, having a Nobel Prize in literature is like having a bike made by BMW. You can tell people all you want that you have a BMW, but it's still just a fucking bike. Also, if you look at arts, right? Also, if you're looking at arts, very often they got popular because the author used the best advertisement option ever, by which I mean, well, they died fast. Yeah, especially with music, like people would tell you something like, oh, the Doors are so special and unique. You know, people, every The Doors song is like 7 minutes of playing on every possible instrument in the studio, and Jim Morrison repeating Baby and Fire for those 7 minutes. Another example is Tupac. People in hip-hop community, Tupac is known as a sensitive rapper. Oh, Tupac is so sensitive. Yo, 99% of Tupac songs are about killing people, so apparently he was a sensitive killer. I killed the motherfucker and then I cried. Die, motherfucker, die. Yeah, if you want to be popular, you better die fast. And this is where Adolf Hitler fucked up. Besides other things, of course, besides other things. Because Adolf Hitler applied to art school, didn't get in, got super angry about it, and became world's most famous murderer, right? If Adolf Hitler would kill himself after not being admitted to art school, nowadays he would be known as Adolf Hitler, the famous painter. Not Adolf Hitler, the famous murderer. Yeah, people would be in art galleries talking about his paintings like, oh my god, have you seen the paintings of Adolf Hitler? Yes, I've seen them. But Hitler, that's a strange last name. What is he, Jewish? Yeah. Recently I've read one of those must-read super classical books. It was a medieval book called Jolly of the Fowl. And by the description of the book contained a unique message to medieval society. Turns out this unique message to medieval society was calling people a dick for 75 pages. Yeah, from page 1 to page 75. A king is a dick, the noblemen are dick, the peasants are dicks, everyone is a dick, we all gonna die, so stop worrying about bullshit and just live your life. And you all know what? This book may be 500 years old, but I think the message is still pretty valid.